Today, we present to you Freiya. Freiya is your AI freight billing analyst. Upload an invoice and files a dispute, rebuts carrier details, escalates when needed, and recovers the money your ops team would have left on the table. This is a sample freight billing invoice that our customer may want to use Freiya to dispute. The carrier is FedEx, and this is a sample bill of lading. And this is a sample proof of delivery. And now we're on the landing page of Freiya. Customer needs to create their own account on Freiya to be able to sign in. And this is the homepage of Freiya after user signs in. And this is the user's profile page. On this profile page, customer can check their subscription status of Freiya, and they can also choose to link their bank account to Freiya so that Freiya can check whether a freight billing dispute refund has been issued to the customer's bank account. There's also a button that allows customer to be CC'd for each email that Freiya sends to carrier. And now let's go back to the homepage and start filing a dispute using the documents that we just shared. As previously shown on an invoice, the carrier will be FedEx Freight, and the dispute type here we're choosing will be accessorial overcharge, and we're putting a dummy email as the carrier's dispute email. And here we're uploading the invoice that we're disputing, and then we're uploading the bill of lading. And then at this step, Freiya is using AI to generate a dispute narrative, which will be the initial email that we send to the carrier to try to dispute the refund. We also have this refine with AI feature that a customer can use to tell Freiya how they want to rephrase or modify the dispute narrative. Here I'm trying to make Freiya make the dispute narrative sound more polite and friendly. And as you can see, Freiya has used some friendly wordings in the dispute narrative after I told it to do so. And before we let Freiya actually file the dispute, let's check that the documents provided are correct. Yep, I think these two are the documents that I had previously shown in the video. And now let's click file via email to actually file the dispute. And now we're back on the homepage. You can see that there's a case that has already been filed and the status is pending. So Freiya would use Freiya's own email address to send emails to the carrier to dispute the invoice. Let's click on the case. As you can see, as a response to the initial dispute email that Freiya sent, the carrier had offered us a $400 credit, even though the disputed amount that we want a refund of is $638.17. And Freiya had automatically sent a rebuttal email to the carrier. And here we can see the uploaded documents again. And now let's wait for the carrier to respond again. Oh, there's a notification that Freiya has sent to our customer. It says carrier is requesting more evidence. Seems like the carrier had requested us to submit more document. One of them is proof of delivery and our bank account number and routing number. Let's go ahead and submit the proof of delivery. And then we can make up some number for the account number. And if for some reason that a customer cannot provide any of the document that the carrier had asked, they can just click on the can't provide button and Freiya will take care of the rest. Freiya will then draft a response email based on the documents or information that the customer provided. Since the customer could not provide their bank routing number in the email draft, Freiya would mention that the proof of delivery is already attached, but it would also argue that the customer does not need to provide their bank routing number at the moment. And now let's wait and see how the carrier would respond. So here the carrier had rejected our refund request completely, and Freiya had automatically sent a rebuttal email with an increased level of escalation, which means in this email, Freiya will use a more aggressive and assertive tone to try to convince the carrier to issue us a refund. And we got a new email from the carrier FedEx, and they've denied our refund request again. And Freiya this time would increase its escalation level to level 2 and use an even more aggressive tone and try to be more persuasive in order to hunt down the refund for our customer. Keep in mind, all these follow-up rebuttal emails were generated and sent by Freiya automatically without any interactions from the customer. Our mission is to make the entire freight billing dispute process as convenient and stress-free for our customer as possible, so that our customer can just sit back and chill and let Freiya do the dirty work to fight for the refund. Here, the carrier had rejected our refund request for the third time in a row, and Freiya's escalation level has increased to level 3. And as you can see, Freiya has sent another auto rebuttal email with an even more aggressive tone, and is threatening to exercise a customer's legal rights to send a demand letter to the carrier and maybe pursue further legal actions. When a case reaches escalation level 3, Freiya will send a notification to the customer notifying them that legal actions have been unlocked for this case, and user can now go to the Unlock Legal tab under the case page and click on Generate Demand Letter button to generate a legally formatted demand letter citing federal freight statutes, and choose to send this letter to the carrier. And if the carrier denies the claim further, then more legal actions will be unlocked as Freiya's escalation level for this case goes up. At escalation level 5, Freiya would suggest customer to file a formal complaint using an official link that Freiya provides. And at escalation level 6, Freiya would offer a attorney referral link to the customer so that customer can pursue legal actions further. And now let's look at a happy case. What if our carrier is fairly easy to be convinced and offers us the refund as we requested? In this case, this specific dispute case will be marked as won, and on the home page, the user can see that a dispute amount of $638.17 have been added to the recovered category. Success!